Itamar also, in some strange form of vengeance against me, his poor translator, said about this ambiguity about the beginning. He said something like, "Não estraga, tá?" You know, like
Don't ruin it.
mess this up because it has to be ambiguous. But the thing is, so this is what's difficult. And I don't know if Itamar had the same experience because I think, Beth, you said you read the book and then you read it again. So I read the book and then I know everything that happens, right? Or not everything, but I have a sense of the book. Then I start translating. And this is where your mind starts to be your own enemy because I know certain things and I can't help but unconsciously put them in my translation. And then I had to go back and sort of strip it down again and pull things out because I was sort of unintentionally saying too much. And it's one of the things that also, for those of you who are translators, there's the crime of not saying enough, and then there's the other crime of saying too much. And this little thing that Itamar does with os verbos como comunicar e, sabe,
Verbs such as comunicar.
I'm translating these things like I said or someone said, and then I had to go back and say, no, if I use the word said, it suggests that someone spoke, and then I had to find a way to keep it ambiguous. So muito obrigado,
E tem
essa dor de cabeça.
Tem sim, Johnny.
Thank you for the headache.
Johnny
knows Maria do Rosário Pedreira, who was the editor that brought this book to readers. She read the book with me after the book won the award. She is an amazing editor. She's a poet, and now she's a finalist for Oceanos, her new book. And with this book, same thing. And I had to convince her. She said, no, here, you are telling them who's speaking, and she's not speaking. And I said, no, I'm using different words. She's communicating. From the moment we know one of them cannot speak, and the one has to interpret what the other is trying to communicate, then communication takes place in different ways. Not just through speech, there are other languages, body language. We can communicate with our eyes. I had to convince Rosario, and she was convinced. And I think that was the impact, more or less what I said to Johnny. She said, here you say communicate. Yes, and I said, yeah, we can communicate with different body parts and not just a voice or a speech. And she was convinced, and I think with Johnny was the same.